Let us try to solve the second problem in the computer multimedia and animation lab. I'm going to go to the part B and I'm going to solve the second problem in the part B. There are many problems out there, interesting one. So if you go to the second problem, the second problem is where we are supposed to create a simple calculator that performs the plus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division on two floating point numbers, and the result need to be shown in a few format, and this is what they are expected us to create. And if you run this particular program, this is how it should look like. So you have a simple calculator wherein you can perform the addition. So let's try to solve this particular problem. Here, if you notice one thing, that this is actually a full part is a table. So this is one whole thing is a table, and this particular table is divided into different columns. So you have one column here, one column here, one row here, one row here, and so many rows are there. So we are supposed to create these many rows. So how many are there? So if you look at here, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and 5. So there will be 5 rows in our main table. So let's go to the NetBeans. I'm going to go to the NetBeans and I'm going to go to the file and I'm going to click on the new project. And in the new project, I'm going to select the HTML here. And I'm going to select HTML and the JS application. Let's click next. And you can give any name for this thing. I'm going to call it as a calculator demo. You can give any name for that. And I'm going to click next. I will not select any template as such because I want it to be a plain application and there is nothing much to be done except that I'm going to remove all these packages. It's not really required that we have to use them because it's going to be a very simple single page application. I'm going to click on finish, and this is how it's going to look like. Now, if you are getting confused with this one, you are already familiar that this is a remark statement. You can always remove this one. And you have the meta tag. If you want, you retain it, or if you don't want, just remove it. So this is the boilerplate that you are going to get with the NetBeans. I'm going to remove this one and I'm going to give the title as calculator. Okay, and let's run it. So see how it's going to look like. If you just run this particular application, this is how it's going to look like to do write the content. And I'm going to remove that particular thing. There is one minor problem with the Chrome as such, Chrome or any other, that they don't allow you to debug it directly. So you get this error message, the Chrome refused to allow the debugging. You can just ignore it. Okay, let me close this div, and we are supposed to create a table. So I'm going to just put a table. So I'm going to say table, and okay, this is the table. And this table, as I told you, has 5 rows. So I'm going to put tr and /tr. Then I'm going to copy it and paste it 4 more times. So it's going to be 5 times table altogether. So this is 4 and this is going to be 5 rows will be there in that particular table. You will not be able to see anything. Now let's look at this particular table over here. So this first row, if you look at here, there will be one column here, second column, third column, and fourth column. So there will be altogether 4 columns will be there. Okay, in general, 4 columns are there. However, if you look at the first one over here, even though there is a four columns are there. If you look at here, there are four columns are there. The display over here, so this part, okay, this part, if you look at here, this is going to span the first column, second column, and the third column. So that means to say that our first part here, that is your text box that you notice over here, is going to cover the, or it's going to span three columns. So that's one thing you must notice. And then you have one more button that is going to come over here. So in the first column over here, in the first row over here, there are only two columns will be there. So first column will be occupied, even though it's going to span three columns, but it's going to be one component, and there is going to be the second component. So there will be only two columns. So how do you put a column? To put a column, I'm going to go to the first row over here, and I'm going to put TD. So you know very well, TD is to put one column, and I'm going to put one more TD. That's going to be my second column. From the second row onwards, if you look at the second row onwards, there will be four columns will be there. So there will be four columns. So there, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Four columns will be there. So I'm going to just put 4 TD here. Already I have 2 TD. So I'm going to just Control C here, and I'll go to the next one, press enter 2 times and 2 more times. 4 columns will be there. I'm going to just copy it, Control C it, and for the next row also, if you notice that for the next row, it is the same old thing. For here also 4 columns, here also 4 columns, here also 4 columns. So if you notice here, there will be 4 columns for the remaining. Okay, only for the first row there will be 2 columns. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to paste 4 columns here. Again, for the next one, TR, I'm going to press enter in between the TR, paste 4 columns here, press enter, paste 4 columns here. So that's it. Now let me save it, and if you save it, and if you go here, and if you just refresh it, you are not going to see anything. It's going to be a blank one because you have not given them any content here. Suppose, just you don't have to do it anything. Suppose if I type something here, and then save it, anything for that matter, you will notice that it's going to come here. Okay, so that even though that table is there, you may not be able to see that table visually. So how do we make the table appear? For that, we have to style that particular table, and for this, you know very well, we have to add the style. So I'm going to go to the head section over here, and I'm going to put a tag here called style, and I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to say slash style, STL by E. Okay, so you have this style and style. Okay, hopefully my spelling is proper. Okay, then let's put the style. So we are going to put the style for this whole calculator. So I'm going to go to this particular table, and I'm going to give this particular table a class so that I can use it. So I'm going to say class, and I'm going to call this as calculator. You can give any name for that. I just give a name as calculator. So this will be this is for the whole table. So I'm going to create the calculator here. So I have to do something with that. Okay, let me first give the width and height. So I'm going to go to the height, and I will fix it as let's say 3 maybe 330 pixel as the height, and I'm going to go to the width, and I'm going to say the width as let's say 330 pixel. If it is required, I'm going to change the width and height as per as my need. Let me set the background so that I can see the background color. So you can set this one as background or background color. It is one and the same. Okay. So if you notice over here, background, let me set it as background color, and we need a color. Now this is the color they have said. If you look at the question, what they've said is division, okay, decimal point should be shown, and they have not said anything regarding the color. So you are free to select any color of your choice, but let's how do we select a color? So you have the color here. Use the control and space together. Press control and space. So I'm going to just type it here. Don't do the this one. Okay. So CTRL plus space bar. Okay. Press them together. Okay. You have to press them together, not to type here. So control and space bar together. If you type, you're going to get the color. You can select the color from here, or you can double click on this one and say choose color. So you can double click and say choose color, and you will be shown an option to select a color. I will go to the swatches over here, and then you can select a color. So roughly this color, maybe darker than this. I'm going to select one color because they have not mentioned anything about the color. So if I just press save here, and if I come back, you notice that you get this color. So roughly this color, you don't need to be absolutely about that particular color. You get one color. That's nice thing. Okay. And let's look at what else they have done. If you look at here, this, if you look at this corner, I'm going to show it in my running application. This corner is not flat. It is curved here at this corner. If you notice that this particular corner is curved, but whereas my corner is edge is there. Okay. It is sharp is that. So we have to make it curve. So how do we go about doing it? Okay, let me put a semicolon and press enter. So I'm going to go and I'm going to say this is the border. Okay, and border dash radius. Okay, so border dash radius, I'm going to make it as a relative, and I'm going to take it as m 1m. Okay, with relative to this one. If you save it and if you look at here, this is going to look like. For your understanding, I'm going to make it as 3m. This is a relative measure, but if notice that it's going to be slightly like this. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like. Now what I'm going to do here is on your screen, if you're this is only for people who are using Windows 10. You have this Windows button is there, Windows button, and use Windows button and the arrow key. This is the right arrow key. Okay, arrow key on your keyboard, and you can also use a Windows and left arrow key. So what will happen if you do this one? So if you press this kind of thing, I'm going to try that window and plus the Windows and right arrow key, and Windows and right arrow key, and you notice that it has blocked to this one. Similarly, I'm going to come to the my NetBeans, and I'm going to say Windows and left arrow key, and it's going to fix here. So in your screen, you will notice that you can see it here. Okay, if you want, you can slightly reduce its size and make the NetBeans slightly longer so that you can see the effect here. So the minute I make it as 1m and save it, you notice that this is how it's going to look like. Okay, now that's not the end of it. Okay, let's look at the other one. You notice that behind here there is a shadow. Okay, so let's put a shadow to our. For us there is no shadow, so let's go here and let's put a box dash shadow. So we're going to put the shadow there, So the first one is how much you have to get it. I'm going just to show it. So 5 pixel. This is for you to understand. It's not that I'm doing it here. And 10 pixel. Okay, so just for your understanding, you notice that the shadow has come here. Can you see there? Okay, I'm going to make it as this as 50. Save it. You notice it is going. The first one, the this particular thing is moving it on this direction. Can you see there? Okay. What about the second one? What if I make it as 100 for the second one? Save it. You notice the second one, this one is moving it down. So the first one is moving it to the right side. The second one is moving it to the down. So depending upon where you want to fix it, you fix that thing. But what is important over here is if you notice that it is coming as though it is glowing on the all the sides. It is coming. You notice that. Okay, so there is a trick that you have to follow it. How do you do that thing is you fix only one. You make one as 0. Okay, so you see the effect of it. 1 as 0. Okay, for the second one you just give a small variation, not 100, 200 or something like that. You give 3 or anything for that matter. 3, let me say. I'm going to fix it. It's going to come just see just surrounding here. Okay, now if you have it as a black, it will not suit the or it will not come beautifully. So you need to fix a color for that. Okay, how do you set the color? So again, I'm going to go to the color chooser. You just press enter and control space it if you don't get it. Double click on this color chooser and you just take slightly lighter color. Okay, I'm going to just select this slight lighter color. Okay, just click OK and just save it. You notice that it is somehow it is coming there. Okay, just to make it 10, I'm going to make it just 10 for you to understand. See that the color is there. Okay, can you see that color? It is there. Now there are two other things that you have two other options. Okay, before the color you have two other options. Let me put the first option here and I'm going to make it as a 20 pixel. I'm going to just tell you what it is going to do. You see this is how much blur it is. You see that it is blurred. Can you see there? I'm going to just remove it. Okay, save it. You notice it is like it's dark. Okay, now this second one, it's going to blur the content. So this is what they are showing. Okay, this is what, if you look at their picture, this is what they have the background there. So it looks like as though it is blurred. Okay, you have the next option, how much radius you want it. Let me make it as 5 pixel. Now you may not be able to make the difference. You see that how much extent, how much dispersion is required. Okay, now I don't want that much of a dispersion, so I'm going to just make it as 2 pixel dispersion. It looks a bit odd there. Okay, and also I'm going to reduce that dispersion to 10 pixel. Let me do this one. Okay, kind of thing. Now you can try, if you don't have anything to do during the examination, just to start playing with this and you can I can guarantee that you can spend your 3 hours trying to get this color. Now this much is enough for us. Okay, and I think this much is this is too much. I'm going to just make it as 3 pixel. Okay, that's also too much there. Okay, that's enough. Okay, kind of thing. Now don't waste too much of time in getting that thing. You have the one direction moving, make it as 0. Second direction just down and one color and dispersion. The you don't need to specify the radius, but that's if at all you want, you do it. Okay, so you get this thing now. Now let's look at what else is required. Now where is this? Let's look at this one. Now we need a text box here and a button next to it. So let's go to the first one. And in the first one, I'm going to put a text box here. So how do you put the text box? You say input and type is text. Okay, so type is text, and I'm going to give an initial value to this one also, because it's required for my calculation. That's why I'm doing, even though they have not shown that particular thing. Okay, and let me close that thing. Now if you look at this one, let me save it. Okay, let's look at this one. It's going to come like this. Okay, now as I've already told you, it's going to span, if you look at here, this is going to span 3 columns. This particular thing is going to span 3 columns. So I'm going to go to this TD over here. Okay, and in this TD, I'm going to say TD column span, okay, equal to 3. I'm going to not 2, 3. Okay, let me show it here, and I will just save it. You will not see much of a difference. And then I'm going to go to the next column here, and I'm going to put an input here, and I'm going to give the type of it as button. Okay, what else you need? And definitely I'm going to set the value of it as C, what they have specified there. Okay, let me close this one. I'm going to just use slash close it. Without that also, you notice it is going to come like this. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, so column span is 3, and you have the the first thing it has come. Let's go to the next column over here. You have 3 columns here. Okay, I mean 3 columns here for the next row. Let's look at this next row. Next row you have 1, 2, 3, and slash. All of them are buttons. So as you know, I will not waste my time in typing this. I have this thing. I'm going to just paste it here. Let me do it here. I'm going to paste it here. So press enter and paste it. Press enter. You don't need to press enter, but I'm going to just press enter and do it. So this is one more. This is one more. So I have added the buttons. So if you notice, I have added these buttons. All of them are saying one CCC because I just copied it. So, but they are supposed to be 1, 2, 3, and slash. So let me do that thing. So the first button is not C, it is 1. Second button is 2. Third button is 3, and fourth button happens to be slash. Done. Save it, and you notice, okay, it has come there. Okay, let me do the same thing over here. So control V, control V, control V. I've already copied it, so control V. Okay, control ES to save it. You see all of them are C because I just copied it, but they are supposed to be 4, 5, 6, and minus. So let's do this particular thing. So this is 4, next one is 5, next one is 6. I'm only changing the value, and the last one is minus. Okay, just save it, and you have it here. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm going to just paste it. Control V to paste it, control V to paste it, control V to paste it, and control V to paste it. If I just save it, all of them are happens to be C there, but we are supposed to make it as 7, 8, 9, and plus. So let's go and do that thing. So I'm going to say 7, 8, 9, and plus. Okay, done. Let me save it, and you have this one. Let's add one more for the last one. So let me just paste them in between the TD and TD. I'm pasting it in between TD and TD. I'm pasting it, and if I save, all of them are going to become C, but they are not C. First one is dot, 0, equal, and star. So I'm going to just keep it there so that I won't make mistake. So the first one is dot, and the second one happens to be 0, 0, not this one. Third one happens to be equal. Fourth one happens to be star. Okay. Done. Just save it. I'm going to just come over here and save it. So you have all the buttons. They are not going to appear the way you expect them to appear, because you have to style them now. So let's go and let's style all the buttons. Okay, let's style all the buttons. So I'm going to go to the style now. So we have the button ready with us. So you know very well all of them are buttons, and I'm going to take the tag input. So you know that input. Okay, and the input could be anything. So we have text box or anything. I'm going to say input type is button. Okay, I want to from the input I want to select only those which are buttons, and I want to do something with it. First of all, I'm going to see the width of it is not proper. Okay, I'm going to increase their width. So I'm going to say not high width. So I'm going to say width is 100%. Okay, put this one. Okay, let me save it, and you notice that 100% it has occupied. Now, I'm not getting why it has. This is 1, 2. Column span, I have taken it as 3. I'm a bit confused about this one. Anyway, let me come back to it. It should have come to this one. Okay, let me come back to that. Okay, so because I took the column span as 3, but it is not coming. Okay, let me change the height of it. Okay, so let's go and change the height of it. So let's say I don't want it to be 100%, 70%, so that there will be, okay, so I think 70 is enough. Okay, let me make it as 80. Will it be 80 is too much, I suppose. I think 60. Okay, that's enough. Okay, I will not waste time on that, but you got, okay, so that is 60. Now let's look at some colorful. They wanted to make us a colorful thing. So let's go and fix the colors. So how do you fix the color? You know, by now you know that. We can set the background. You can directly say background or background color. It's one and the same. Control space it, and you have color choosers here. Double click on it and select something which is light. Okay. So somewhere I think that's enough for me. Okay, and let's see whether I'm getting it. This color you should have got it. I think I'm not going to get this color. Oh, that is slightly lighter than that. I think this is slightly lighter than that. This is absolutely, you remember, if you want to get it back again, one important thing you must do is if you press control space, you will not get it. Okay, so if you don't get it, you remove this semicolon. Sometime when there is a semicolon, it will not show that thing. Just remove the semicolon and just press control and space bar if at all you're not getting it. Okay, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't get it. Just remove the semicolon and then try over. Okay, so I'm going to make it lighter. So will it work? I think let's see. This has become too much. Let me try one more time. Okay, because I don't know what it has did there. We control save. Okay, are we getting something that, no, we are not getting anything near to that. That's too much. Okay, this is, you can play around with this kind of thing. Okay, but let me, because I'm supposed to do that thing, but before I do it, let me give me a second. I'm going to see this color so that I know which color I'm supposed to get it. Okay, otherwise it is going to be a terrible search for colors. Okay, I think this is the one. Okay, save it. Let's see whether it is coming. You're not getting that color. This is going to be a challenge to me only now. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to this RGB. So you have this swatches here, you have this RGB, and fix this here somewhere. This is the color. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm coming very closer to it. Okay, I think still slightly lighter. Let me click OK and just save it and see whether we are getting it. Okay, roughly I'm coming roughly closer to that. Okay, I will not waste my time. You can, you change the color. You come here, control space here, and just show you once, and you try to reduce the color here. And if at all you then click OK and then save it, you will see the color. Okay, you will come to that color. Don't worry about it. Okay, as of now, just assume that I have done that thing because it's going to be, otherwise it's going to make the video slightly longer because I will be playing around here. One thing you'll notice here is this is coming in white color, but in my case that is coming in black color. So what am I supposed to do it? Okay, I am supposed to set the foreground color. Remember, for the foreground you just say color. Okay, and I'm going to set the color. I'm going to directly type it as white. Okay, save it and you get the color. Okay, in white. So you got the color in white. Okay, and one thing you notice that it looks like, if you look at here, it looks like a direct one, whereas here it looks like a button. Can you see that it looks like a button? So I don't want that the button like the one that is protruding out. I don't want that thing to come. I want it to appear like a solid thing. So I'm going to say the border for that particular thing is let's say solid. I can say black. I don't want anything, and let me make it as 1 pixel. Okay, so that it's now it is not embossed as such. Okay, and if you look at the buttons also, there is a radius for the button. Small radius is there, so we will set the even the radius for that particular button. So I'm going to say border radius as previous, border dash radius. Let's go to the radius and maybe I don't know, set me 5 pixel. Okay, okay, it is coming. 5 pixel is enough. So you get this one. Now if you want, you reduce the color of it, so make it look like, but I feel like that's enough. You can see it unless and otherwise you are colorblind. Okay, with that being done, now if you want, you can make the font, you can set the font weight at all you want it. Okay, font weight, and you can make it as bold. Okay, so hope it looks like bold here, and font size and so on and so forth. You can do it, you can play around with it, but that's enough for during the examination. Don't waste your time in making it colored one. Okay, let's look at the other one that I'm supposed to get is this one. Now this is okay. This I am supposed to get it. Now the problem with this, or how do you get this one? Okay, so can you just say input, input, okay, input, and can you say type equal to text? Can you do this one? Let's say this is a text box, is it not? It's a text box. So can you say something about this text box? So if I say width, okay, so if I say width is 100%, let me say width is 100%, and just save it, and you see this is 100% width. Okay, and what about the height? Okay, height maybe 70%, let's say. Okay, oh, 70 is too much. Maybe 60%. 60 is also too much. 50%. Okay, I think that is enough. 60% is a good one. Okay, do you want the border? So there is a border for, that let's try to remove this border also. So how do you say this border radius? Okay, so first of all, let me fix this border radius. Border, what is this border radius? Okay, let me fix maybe I don't know. I think last time I fixed 5 pixel. Okay, there is a radius of 5 pixel. Let me make it as slightly 99%. Okay, I'm not happy with the way it 99%, so that it is not touching. Otherwise, it will. I don't know whether you noticed here or not. Okay, I'm going to zoom it out for you. There is a small gap here. Now, when I make it a 99%, if you make it a 100%, I'm going to just make it as 100%. So because I am looking at it from my laptop, I can figure out that it is touching. Can you see that it is touching? Now I'm going to make it as 99%, slightly less, so that it won't touch. Okay, slight thing. Okay, and let me make this what you say border. Uh, I don't want it to be the embossed one, so I'm going to say solid black, and I'm going to say 1 pixel as before. So it looks like now it's going to look like a beautiful thing. And maybe if you look at here, they have changed the color of that thing also. So let's go and let's fix the background color of it. Okay, so I'm going to say background color, color, and let's go with the color chooser, and let me go and select some color. Okay, slight maybe this color, I don't know, one color, and click OK, and just say save it. Okay, some color has appeared. Okay, you get some color there. Okay, done. And I want this 0. If you notice that this 0 is appearing here, whereas this 0 is it is coming on the right. So, for the calculator, it is coming on the other side. So let's go with the calculator side. So we need to align this text align, and I'm going to make it as right aligned. Okay, save it, and you notice that the 0 has come here. So that is done. Okay, maybe if you want to make it as a text weight also, that is font weight. Let me change this font weight as maybe bold. Okay, so that it's going to come as a bold one. Okay, so that this much is done. And now let's look at what else they have done. So this two, you notice that these two, there is they have made it as a different color. So that is one more problem they have created us. So how do we set this particular thing? Now I'm going to set an ID for these two. One is the C. I'm going to set an ID because we have already set the color. It is not possible to override it. So I'm going to say ID equal to red button. Red button. Okay, and the same thing for this one also. So this for C, I have done it for C, as well as for 0. I'm going to do it because I don't want to make a spelling mistake. I'm going to just copy it, Control C, go back and search for where is that 0. You see, this is the 0. For this, anywhere you can do it. Just put some space here. ID equal to red button. That's it. Remember, you cannot simply do it because it's not possible for you to set the color, because you will not be able to override it. Now, because I have taken it as an ID, I'm going to use the slash the hash here. Okay, and I need to set only the background color. So in other words, I'm supposed to change the background color. So again, let me go to the color chooser and let me choose a light color. Okay, let's say click OK and space it. Okay, let me go over here. So can you see there? Okay, slightly darker would have been nice there. Okay, okay, let me try one more time. Color chooser, and I'm going to make it a bit gauzy here. Okay, maybe dark red, something like that, reddish color. Okay, click OK, save it. Okay, something. Okay, you get one color there, a bit red light color. You got that red light color. And there is one other thing you will notice, that whenever I touch here, that is, this is called active. You see the color is changing. Whenever the button is active, the colors are changing. But in my case, that is not happening. What to do? Again, this has to do with the styles here. So we are going to go and we are going to say input. We're going to go here and I'm going to say input. Okay, input. And I'm going to say all those input which are active. So what is the meaning of saying active is when you click on it, that becomes active. And I'm going to take the type of it is button, not all the input, because I don't want a text box to change its color. So type of it is button. Okay, what is that we are supposed to do it? We are supposed to change the background color. That's all. We will set the background color. Again, control space, choose some color and make this time you make it a slightly lighter color. Maybe, I don't know, you select some light color here. Okay, some light color. Okay, it's not required that. Click OK with space. You will not see any difference here, but when you click here, can you see the color changes? Color changes. Okay, color changes. Okay, can you see there? Okay, done with that one. Now the problem with this is when you click on this red color, because you have already overridden that, this will not work. This will work only with this one, but not with the red color. So when you make the red color click, nothing is happening. So what are you going to do? We are going to write one more. So we started with the red button. You know very well. When this red button is where is this red button is active, when this red button is active, what are you going to do? Okay, just for saying, okay, I'm just doing it. I'm going to just change this color to something else. You can just copy paste the color from the previous one, but I'm going to just make it as some color. Okay, just to highlight that it is possible to change. Okay, so now if you notice, it is different color, whereas these are color. Okay, this is for your understanding, I gave it a yellow color, but you can choose some good colors. Okay, that's all we need to do with it. Now it is the time that we are supposed to show the content. So when I click on this what is this button, 1 2 3 4 has to appear, but it is nothing is appearing. So what am I supposed to do it? I am supposed to write some JavaScript, and you know very well. How do you write the JavaScript? To write the JavaScript, let's go down here after our table is done. Before the body, you can put it after the body, but let's go with the body. I'm going to say script, and you don't need to say script is JavaScript, because it is assumed that this is the script itself. Okay, what is this? Script two times it has come. Okay, let's go. Okay, script. In between, I'm going to type the JavaScript. Let me write a simple function that is going to show me the so-called the values. Whatever I typed, I want to see those values on the screen. So let's whichever value I typed, I want to show it here. Okay. How am I going to do that thing? I'm going to write a function here and say function. Let's say I'm going to call it as a display function. It takes a value. Okay, this is for initial. Then I'm going to make changes. Now I need to get this text box. Okay, so how do you get to this text box? You have to give some name to that particular text box. So where is this particular text box? So right at the top you have this text box. Give it some ID. So what ID can you give? So I'm going to call it as text box. What else you can call it as? A text box. Give it an ID. That's all. For this, what you see here, this is the text box. For this text box, okay, type is text. You give an ID saying that it is a text box. Simple as that. Okay. Now you have to get hold of that particular text box. How do you get this text box? So I'm going to go and say document. Okay. Can use control space document dot get element by ID. Get element by ID. What is the name of that element? If you look at here, the name that I gave to this text box, where is the text box gone now? Is a text box, TEXTBOX. So you have to type the same thing over here, otherwise you will not be able to select this one. So I want to get hold of this particular text box. Let me put it in. This is the text box that I am interested in. Okay, and I want to set the value. So I want to set the value. Right? Same as whatever value I am getting it. Now don't get confused. I will just use it as val. Okay, for your understanding, this is the property of the text box. This text box has a property called as val. Value for this, I am setting this value. Whatever value I am getting from the outside world, that I am going to set it here. Okay, so I'm going to use a plus equal to. You know very well what is plus equal to. Plus equal to, what is the meaning of saying x plus equal to 5? It means x is equal to x plus 5. Old value plus new value. So same thing, old value, whatever it is there in the text box, whatever that is there in the text box, plus this value, whatever new value that you are getting. I'm going to just show it here. Okay, just to save it. And let's see whether I'm able to get it. Now you notice that I am not getting anything, because why? You have just created the function, but who is going to call this function? That, but I have not done it. So when I click on these buttons, I want those values to be shown over here. In other words, when I click on the button number 1, I want that value 1 to be shown over here. So how do I go do that? I will go to the input button. So this is the button, this button. I'm going to go to this button, and in this button I'm going to say here, you can type anywhere you want it. Let me go over here, and I'm going to say on click. Okay, on click, you can use control space. So when this button is clicked, so what do you say this? On click, let's say on click. Okay. What is that I want to do? I want to call that display function. Where is this display function? You have this display function. I'm going to call that display function. So I'm going to call this display function, and I am going to pass the value 1, because I am clicking on the button number 1. So I'm going to click on this one. Now there is one minor problem here. That problem is you can't have double quotes inside double quotes. It's already a double quote here. Inside that again you can't have it. So I'm going to use single quote. That's, you must remember that. You cannot put double quotes inside double quotes. You are already familiar. So if you want the text to appear, make it as single quote. So this is button number 1. So let me save it. When I click on it, I get this button 1. When I click on this, I get this button 1. When I click on this, I get this button 1. But when I click on 2, nothing is happening. Why? Because I have not set on click event for the button number 2. So let me do that thing. I'm going to just use the Control C, and I'm going to just paste it here and say Control V, and this is button number 2. Okay. Similarly, for the button number 3, I'm going to do this. Button number 3 is coming. Similarly, button number 4, I'm going to say this is button number 4. It is not always 1. I'm using Control C and Control V. You know very well how to use a copy paste option. So this is 5, and let's go here, and this is going to be 6. Done. Let's go to the 7, 8, and 9 and 0. So let's go with all of them. So I'm going to say 6. Sorry, it's not 6. 7. Then I'm going to say this is 8. Let me try this one. Don't get distracted by that option that it is showing. So this is 9, and I have one more option here, that is 0. I'm going to do it for 0. So this is 0. So I'm going to say this is 0. Okay, done. Control S to save it. Let's see, 1, 2, 4, 5, anything, you can get it. Okay, done. Very well done. But there is a minor problem. What is that minor problem? Is your 0, you are getting 0 in the beginning. Okay. How to get rid of this 0? Okay. So if it is 0, let me refresh it. If it is 0, whatever you type, the next number should directly come. It is not the old value. See what I have typed here. Let me just show. Old value plus the new value. So old value is 0. Initially 0 is there. Plus, if I click on 2 here, plus a new value. Old value and a new value. Old value is 0, 2. Plus means next number is 3. Old value, whatever is there, plus whatever you are typing. But that's good. Only problem here is when it is 0, you are not supposed to take that 0. Otherwise, 0 will pad at the beginning. I don't want that thing to happen. So how do I do that thing? So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to just write a simple if statement. So I'm going to say if, okay, so I can go here and copy this whole thing. Okay, if this value, whatever, so what is this? This refers to that text box. If this value is not equal to 0, so if it is not equal to, or not, no, it's not equal to, if it is equal to 0, okay, then let me say I'm going to just use this Control C and Control V here, okay, and I'm going to use the else here. Else I'm going to follow this one. So let's look at this one, and I'm going to just paste it here. If so, what is being done over here is so if the value that is shown over here is 0, then whatever new thing that you type will not, the old value should not come. New should come immediately. Otherwise, old and new has to come. So let me save it. Let me show it. Now see, if the value is 0 here. Okay, can you see that? If the value is 0, whatever new number you type, that will immediately come here. It is not old value plus new value. But if this value is not 0, now you notice that this is not 0. It is something else. So then this part will come, old value plus new value. So if I type 3 here, old value is 4, 4 plus 3, that is going to be, you are concatenating. Remember, it is not adding, you are concatenating it. So now it is not 0. So this is old value for 3, and the next value will come. So this is very simple trick that I'm using it. Now let's go ahead with the other part. Now let me try to type a function for clearing this. Otherwise, I have to refresh every now and then. So how do I clear this? I'm going to write a function, okay, and I'm going to say clear display. Okay, you can write any function, clear display. What is that we are supposed to do in clearing this display? So we are going to go here. We're going to take this one, Control C, and I'm going to just set equal to 0. Okay, so let me try this one. I've saved it. So you type some number, okay, and say clear. Oh, why it is not coming clear is I have not used the on click event. So let me go and add this on click event. Where is this clear button? So sorry about that. So I just when I explain, I just forget something. So this is the C button here. So can you see C here? So I'm going to say on click. Okay, I'm going to just say call this method. Okay, clear display. Call this method. The one that I have just written, that is to clear it. That's as simple as that. You reset it back to 0. So let me try now. So you type something and you say clear, it's gone. You type something and you say clear, it's gone. So it is clear, done. Now let's look at one other problem. Now they said that if you look at here, decimal point should come only once. So that is the problem. I think in the last semester you have seen the problem with the decimal point. It should come only once. How do we solve this problem? You know very well. To solve this problem, you have to be a bit careful with the decimal value. So if the decimal value already exists, then we have to show it. Otherwise, we have to remove it. So if the decimal point is not there, then you put it. If it is there, you just ignore the next decimal points. How do we go about doing that particular thing? So let me write a function. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say a function and I'm going to say set dot. You can write any function. So set dot. So what is that I'm doing in this function is I'm going to check if, okay, so I'm going to go take this one. If there is a dot, let me take this one, this, what is this whole thing that I have typed? If you're wondering, whole this thing that I have typed is I am just getting the value which is there in this text box. The whole thing will give me the value which is there in that. Okay, so I'm going to convert that thing to string. You know, in Java you have this toString method. So I have converted it into toString. Whatever value that you are typing here, that I am converting it to string there. And why I am converting it to string is then I can find out whether there is this string includes a dot. So what is that I am searching is, so I am saying that, let me go over here. Okay, this whatever you have here, whether that includes a dot or whether there is already a dot. Okay, if there is a dot, then well and good. If there is no dot, then add the dot. So when you say include, if it does not have a dot, it's going to return a 0 value. This particular function includes will check whether there is a dot already. You can notice that now there is no dot. Now when there is no dot, it's going to return a false. False means 0. Okay, it's going to say 0. If it is not there, it's going to say 0. If it is there, it's going to give some value depending upon the position where the dot exists. So if it is 0 means when I say whether this string includes dot, if I get the answer as 0, it means to say that it does not include a dot. Okay, so if the return value of includes is 0, If the return value is 0, that means to say that the dot does not exist. If it is not 0, that means there is a dot in this particular thing. Okay, so the simple as that. So if it is equal to 0, that means what is meaning of it? There is no dot. Okay, if the value written by includes is 0, that means there is no dot. If there is no dot, you add the dot. So simple as that. So if there is no dot, you add the dot. How do you add the dot? Again, you paste this one. Whatever is the previous value plus include that dot. Simple as that. Okay, whatever which is there here plus that dot. So simple as that. Okay, so let me save it and see there. So 332. If I put, remember there is no dot here. If I place no, it's not going to work. The reason again, I'm getting a bit excited. I have not set this on click event. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So let me go back and set this on click event. So for this dot, I'm going to set this on click event. So I'll go here on click. I'm going to set this. Okay, without setting it, nothing is going to happen. If there is no event associated with it, it's not going to do anything. It's going to say, I don't know what to be done. Okay, so now let's try it. So you have 35. Okay, when I remember there is no dot here. When I click dot, because the dot is not there, it has put the dot. Now I said 8. Now again if I press, nothing is going to happen because dot is already there. So when there is a dot is already there, this function what you have written here includes will return a value which is not 0. It will return some value which is not 0. That means it's already there. So the dot is going to come only once. Okay, and that's what they have said. The decimal point should be taken only once for an operand. You've taken it. Done. So we have passed that test. Okay, clear it, and it's all done. Now there is one other thing that is in the last time also you might have observed that thing, and that is with respect to this time also they have done it. Even in the VB they have done it. Operand can be negative. This is going to be a terrible problem, but let us solve this problem. I'm going to solve this problem at the end, not at the beginning. At the end, I'm going to handle that operand is negative. As of now, just ignore that it is not there. Let's try to perform the calculation. How do we perform the calculation? Let me show in my previous one. I'm going to just clear it. Okay, you type 10 here. Okay, then plus you press plus. So what must happen? So you have typed the a number. So this is whatever 10 you typed here. This is the first number. So this is the first number 10. Okay. Then you will press, let's say plus here. Okay. Then you press plus here. Okay. After that you will press the next number. So whatever number 20, 30 or whatever it is, you're going to press 20. Okay. And when you click equal, this is it. I click equal. Oh, have I set it to I think I have set it to wrong here. This is not 0. It should have come to this one, this color you see there. That color is for equal. Okay, so let me fix that color. It's a minor issue. Okay, so when you click on this equal, you have to perform the calculation. You do have to do the calculation when you click on this equal. Okay, so let me go back to this equal, and let's fix this problem. So we are going to do the calculation only when somebody clicks on that equal sign. Okay, that is it. Okay, to perform that equal sign, the user must have typed some number. Then they must click the plus sign. So when you click on this, any of the operator, plus, minus, whatever, when you click on it, this number has to be stored. Okay, somewhere you have to store this one. Then next number will come. Okay, so if you notice here, okay, so you type 56. When I click plus, that means this 56 has to be stored somewhere, and this plus has to be stored somewhere. Then the second number will come. Okay, it should come. Okay, this is my old one. Okay, this is the new one. In the new also I made it as 0. Okay. So let's try to do that thing. So when I click on any of this one, what is that I am supposed to do it? So the user will type a number. Okay. Whenever he or she clicks on any of the operand, the number which is typed here has to be stored. First thing. Then you must also make a note of which among them is clicked. Okay, that one also has to be taken care. So let's try to do that thing. So I'm going to perform this in a function, and let me call this function as so let me create a function set operator. Okay, and let me call it as op. Okay, this is the function. Now I need a few variables, so let's go back right at the top. Whenever I've written a script here, right at the top, I'm going to create a few variable for first number. I need the first number. Okay, let me initialize it as 0. Okay, and I want the second number also, because you are taking two numbers and you are adding, subtracting, dividing, whatever it is, two numbers has to be done. And we also require an operand. So in the initially I'm going to make the operand as blank, because I don't know which operator has been clicked. So we need two numbers and a operator. For example, if you didn't get that thing, 10 is the first number and 20 is the second number, and which is the operator is this plus. So the first number, second number, and an operand. We must know that thing. So I have taken this many variables. So let's go ahead and let's fix this particular thing. Okay, so if whatever value you are typing now, I'm going to just make it a simple one. Okay, so if somebody is clicking on in operand, you just store the first number and then the operand. I'm going to just make that thing happen. So I'm going to just copy this one. Whatever value that somebody is typing here, this value, I have to store it in the first number. First number equal to whatever value somebody has typed here. So this first number, okay, and whatever operator that the first number has typed, I have to set this one operator is equal to op. Whatever operator the person has whatever button that the person has typed, that I'm going to do it. Apart from this, I'm going to reset it back to 0. Okay, I'm going to reset this value to 0. So this anyhow it's a text box, so I'm going to set it as 0. Okay. Let us fix this set operator method for all the buttons which are here. So we have a few buttons here. Let me go here. So first one is the minus. Okay, so when somebody clicks on this minus, before minus also some other operands are there. So let's go here. Now what is the first one? First one is this slash. Okay, so when somebody clicks on this slash, so I need one event. So I'm going to say on click, and I'm going to say set operator. And what is this operator? Operator is slash. Okay. So this is the operator. Slash is the operator. So I've typed that thing. The same way, I'm going to just copy it because I don't want to type it again and again and again. So second operand is this minus sign. So when somebody clicks on minus sign, I'm going to use the on click event. On click. Okay. This is minus. On click, when this button is clicked, the operand that was clicked is minus. Similarly, for the plus one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm using copy paste here. So I'm going to make it as plus. Okay, so when somebody clicks on this plus button, you're going to show it as plus. Also, where is the other one? Star is there. Okay, so when somebody clicks on this star, me do that thing. And somebody clicks on this star, the value that is passed over here is star. So these values are being passed. Now only thing is I'm going to set this red color to equal sign, not to this one. So just I'm going to just select it, Control X to cut from here, and Control V to paste. Okay, so just this red color, I'm just changing it to this one. So this red color will come here. Okay. Not from 0, it I've just shifted here. So the red button is for this and this. According to them, it's not for 0. It is not for 0. It is for the which one? The equal sign. So that is what I've done. So for the equal sign, I've just changed this one, cut from here. It was there for the 0. I've set it for the button. Okay, so this is been done. Okay. So let's look at what is going to happen when somebody clicks on this equal sign. So when somebody clicks on equal sign, we are supposed to do the calculation. So I'm going to create one more function, and that function is going to perform the full calculation. What are the calculation? Addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So I'm going to create a function, and I'm going to call it as do computation, or do compute or computation, whatever the function name you want it. It does not take any input argument. So first one, you remember you have already taken the first number is done. So somebody typed this first number, clicked on this plus, okay, and somebody will type the second number. Take this second number now. First thing, you take the second number. So you're going to say second number is equal to same thing. You take whatever the value that is displayed here, you take it. I'm going to use the Control C and Control V to copy paste this thing. Okay, take the second number, and now you have already taken care of the operator. So whichever operator the person has clicked, you have taken care of that operator. So you are going to say if the operator is plus, you're supposed to do something, is it not? So what is that you're supposed to? You're supposed to do the calculation. Okay, I'm going to take one more variable right at the top. I'm going to take a variable. Okay, I can take it there only as a local variable, but I'm going to take it here. Okay, let me take it as var here. It's a variable var. Okay, var, and what is this? Answer. I'm going to take it as answer. Okay, I'll take it as answer. So this is equal to, where is that equal to 1? Okay. One is the operator, the first number, second number, operator, and the answer. The first number, second number, operator, and the answer. So I'm going to calculate this answer. Okay. So I'm going to come over here. What is this answer? Answer is nothing but you are supposed take the numerical value. Remember, they are all text here. So I'm going to say the number equivalent of a first number. That's a first number. You stored the first number here. Look at here, but it is a text box. Remember, it's a text there. So convert it into number. And the second one also, you convert it into a number. Okay, put it there. So simple as that. Okay, this is for addition. Else, I'm going to copy paste it. Now I'm going to select this from here to here. If part, Control C to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it. Else, if the operand is minus, then you're going to do the minus. Okay. Now I'm going to copy this whole thing, Control C and Control V. So if it is star, I'm going to do the multiplication. Okay. However, with the division, there is one minor problem. So let me first do this division part. If it is division, we are supposed to do the division. We are supposed to perform the division, no problem. But they have said that if the division by 0, error must be shown. Okay. So that means if the second operand is if it's 0, suppose you know very well. If you have a number here, okay, 5, divided by 0. This is the first number divided by the second number. If it is 0, then you get infinite actually, but that is actually called as division by 0 error. So you must trap that error. So I'm going to just check here before I perform this one. I'm going to just check here if okay, if the second number is equal to 0, okay, then I'm going to say answer is answer equal to division by 0. I think I put more space there. Division by 0 error. Okay, done. Else part, you are as usual. You are doing this story, whatever you have done. That part you will do. Else part, there is nothing with the else part. With the if part only, this is else. What is the spelling that I have tried? Else. Okay, else. This is it. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so done. Now we have to show the answer, right? We have done all this thing. If it is positive, you add it. If it is negative, you subtract it. If it is multiplication, you multiply it. If it is division, you check whether the second number is 0, then you show the division by 0. But where are you displaying it? You have to display the answer. So I'm going to go here, Control C, and I'm going to just paste it here. The value is whatever answer that you have calculated. So whatever answer that you are doing, whatever calculation you are doing, this answer has to be shown here. Okay, so you know very well this whole thing that you have typed is referring to this text box. So this is what we are supposed to do it. Let me uh, join this one, or let me handle that event. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to this equal button. Where is this equal button? You notice that this is the equal button. That's the equal button. So equal button, I'm going to go here. You can go anywhere in the empty space. So a lot of space are there. If not, you put extra space here, and you are going to say on click. You are going to say do computation. So simple as that. On click do computation. So this is it. This method, you're just calling this method. On this one, you call this method do computation method. Okay, save it. Let's go with the simple one. I'm going to say 10 plus 5 equal to 50. Clear? 2 minus 6 equal to minus 4. It's working. Okay, but there is a one minor problem. What is that one minor problem? Is this operand could be negative. So this is something that is more challenging because you have to think a lot. Now, whenever you are displaying something, so this problem that you are encountering now is what is going to happen if there is a negative sign. How do you get this negative sign here? Okay, let me clear it. Now, if you put this negative, okay, so that negative sign has to come there. Okay, how do you go about doing it? So now this is 0. If I press negative, it should not take it as a operand. Remember, you type two numbers, then press negative. That means you are doing the calculation, and then the next number, is it not? And you press equal. But this time you have typed something and you want to start with the minus. So you are this value is 0 here. Okay, and you are clicking this minus. So when you are clicking this minus, that means minus has to come there. Okay, so how do we go about doing this particular thing? Okay, you have to check whether this number is 0. If this number is you've already done that thing. If this number is 0, you are putting the value directly. Otherwise, you are putting this part. This part you have done it. Okay, but before that, you have to check whether the minus sign has to be shown or not. Okay, so Here you have to check when you are typing this operand, you just check whether that minus sign, you have this uh, set operator method is there. Okay, so you have to go here for the set operator method, because when you are setting this operator, this minus sign is making a mischievous behavior. So right at the beginning, if you press minus sign, then it is not, should not be taken as an operand. You have to negate the value. So let's go here to the set operator here, and let's try to fix the problem that we are facing. Okay. Now initially, when no operand is set in the right at the beginning, when you have not typed clicked anything, suppose if you click minus sign, then that minus sign should be shown here. It should not be taken as an operator. So how do we do that thing? So we go here and we are going to say if the operator, remember you have not chosen anything, it's a blank slate here, you type minus sign right at the beginning without typing any operand. You type the minus sign right at the beginning. If you type the minus sign, in other words, if this operand is blank without typing any operator, you have typed the minus sign. In that case, what's going to happen? In that case, you have to now set for the operator. So no operator was clicked, and you have set the operand as minus. So this is the case. Nothing was typed, you directly clicked minus. Remember, nothing was set means this value was 0 here. This value was 0 and no operators were there. You not selected any plus minus, nothing was selected. You simply clicked minus right at the beginning. So no operand was there. You have clicked minus sign, as well as there is one other thing, and this, the whole thing, whatever you are typing here, this whole value, okay, whatever value, this, remember, this whole thing is referring to that text box. So this, I'm just copy pasting it. Okay, if this is if this value is equal to 0, so it may look a bit too complicated, but what I'm saying is you have clicked minus sign and this value is 0. Remember, this whole thing you are typing just to get an access to this text box. Okay, if this value is 0, then you are supposed to do something. Okay, let me remove this extra one. Okay, so what is that I've done is no operand was typed right at the beginning. Right in the beginning, no operands were typed. 0 was here. So 0 was here. And you have clicked on this minus sign. And you have clicked on this minus sign. Operand was minus sign. Okay. So what is that you are supposed to do? You have to set that value as minus. Okay, you have to set this value as minus. You have to show minus sign there. So let me show it. Let me put a semicolon here. Oops. Let me put a semicolon here and then show this thing to you. So this value that you typed is minus. So let me try it. Okay, let me save it. Okay, now initially nothing was there, no operands were selected, this value was 0, you type minus, and what should happen? This minus should appear here. Okay, is it appearing? So let's try here. Did I make some mistake at this junction? So let me get this one. Okay, oh, this there are other things which are here. Okay, I'm going to just cut them for now. Okay, and save it. Okay, because there are other things are there. Okay, let me refresh it. And nothing was there, you type minus, and you see that minus is appearing. I don't know whether you can see it there. There is a minus. I'm going to just zoom it out for you. So that minus is appearing. Okay, initially nothing was there. So I'm going to zoom it for you. Initially nothing was there. So this is 0. this value is 0. Where is this? I can get this. This value is 0, and you have pressed minus sign, means minus has to come. Okay, so minus is coming there. I'm going to keep this Control Z to get them back, because I want them for the other calculation to be done. Okay, so that one part you have done. Okay, else, okay, this part is done. Okay, so else you follow your general routine. What is this general routine? The whatever you used to do it last time, you do the same thing. Else you follow this operand. This was what you've done. You store the first number, and you store all these things, and so on and so forth. So this is as previous. Okay, now let's try that thing. Okay, so initially nothing was typed. You press minus and you type 54. Then you press plus. Remember, operator, you press plus and you say 6. Then you press equal. It's going to work. Okay, some minor problem is there. So what is this minor problem is, let me show you this. See, this first part is working. Let me show you again. 0 was there. You press minus. Oh, you press minus and you say 10 minus 10 plus 5. What is answer? Minus 10 plus 5 is going to be minus 5. Can you see? I don't know whether you will be able to see it on your screen. Can I do something? Okay, can I slightly? I'm just zooming it out. Okay, zooming it out so that you can see there. Okay, minus 5. Can you see there? Okay, so that is done. Now there is one other problem is there. What is this one other problem? You type 10. One number is there. You type plus. Now you type minus. I want minus 5 to come, not 5, minus 5 to come. Okay, so what is this case? You type the initial number, then you type plus. That means operand is given. In the initial case, no operand was given. Here the operand is given. Okay, the operator is given. Now the operator is set. Now after setting the operator, again you press minus. So this is before setting the operator. Now the story is after setting the operator. So else, if the operator is set, one other problem, this is something that is creating a lot of frustration among the student. I know that. Okay, so else if okay, operator is already set. What is the meaning of saying operator? You type 10 and you type plus. That means you have already chosen an operator, but now you are pressing minus. Operator is not blank. Operator is already set, but now you are saying I want minus sign to come. Okay, so what are you going to do? In this case, what are you going to do? So in this case, you are going to say that I want to show the minus sign. This time also I want to show the minus sign. So simple as that. So minus sign has to come. Simple as that. Okay. So let's try it. I'm going to refresh it. Okay. Why I'm refreshing? I'm going to tell you why I'm refreshing it. Because there are a few minor settings that I need to do. I type 10. I type plus. Now I'm going to type minus. Okay, minus 6. 10 plus minus 6. What is the answer? Minus 4. I'm sorry, the 4. Okay, that's correct. Okay, let's try one more time. Minus 10 plus minus 6. Minus 10 plus minus 6. Minus 16. It's coming. Okay, let me, I'm going to tell you why I'm refreshing it, because I have some issue with the this, what is this, this clear. Okay, I have to fix a few things there with that. See, let's look at this one. Minus 10 minus of minus 5. What is minus of minus 5 is plus 5. Plus 5 minus 6. What is the answer? You must let me try it one more time. Okay. This is what I'm going to try. If you're not getting it, okay, let me try this one. So I want to try this one. Minus 6 minus of minus 5. Will I be able to get this answer? So this is what I'm going to type. Minus of minus is plus. I must get a as minus 1. So let me try this one. Okay, minus 6 minus minus 5 minus 1. Okay, I'm getting it. So I have done with all of them, except that I have to do some clear display. Now, these people, how they advertise. This thing, antivirus knows that I'm not connected to internet. Simply they are showing it as an advertisement. So if you are recording it, let their advertisement. So these people are so intelligent that they want to show that somebody is using their antivirus software. Okay, see. Anyhow, let's not bother about them. Let's fix this problem. So what are the fixes? When you clear it, it is not enough if you make it as 0. Okay, you have to clear all of them. What are the all of them? You have to clear the first number. So this is, you have to clear everything. First number has to be cleared. Second number has to be cleared. Answer has to be cleared. Okay, if at all you want the answer to be cleared. And what else need to be cleared? Let's see, what is this? What did I type there? Okay, answer has to be cleared. Okay. And what else? Operator has to be initialized. So this is why I said I am pressing the what is that? The refresh that I was pressing. Now if I say 12 into minus 5, what is the answer? Minus 60. You're getting it. Okay, clear it. Minus 10 divided by 5. What is the answer? Minus 2. Okay, hope you are able to get that thing. Now there are a few other things that you can do is with respect to the, I think that is enough. I feel like that is enough. I've taken care of all of them. Now if there is an issue, let me know. I'm going to fix the issue. Okay, so let's come back to, because I've already taken 2 hours of you. Some of you may be sleeping by switching on the video. In any case, I've taken care of plus minus division. Okay, it is done. Division by 0 error. Am I getting division by 0 error? If at all you are not happy with that, 10 divided by 0, division by 0 error. Okay, I'm getting that. So this part is done. It is doing floating point. By the way, is it doing floating point operation? Okay, so let's say 10.5 plus 2.3. Okay, so what is the answer? 12.8. It is doing floating point operation, so no doubt about it. It is doing the floating point operation. So decimal point is taken care. Okay, and you notice that where is it? Decimal points will come only once, not many times. Okay, only once. That I have taken care. Negative operands I have taken care. I have just demonstrated to you. Okay, division by 0 error I have taken care. So all of them are being done. Okay. Now, if you want extra, I can set a few other things regarding the displaying the value. Okay, but I feel like this is enough. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the next exercise. Thank you.